Data analysis is even more valuable today with respect to the value chain and with respect to changes we've seen in business and business strategy in the last 2 years. So what we're seeing is a greater emphasis being put on adaptive solutions. So businesses being able to pivot toward different solutions depending on their local markets or their local populations, trying to better understand local needs and that those needs can change, on very quickly, right? On not maybe necessarily on a moment's notice, but over a few days or a few weeks, et cetera. And we see this both online and in a brick and mortar environment. I presume here we're thinking about how to develop a strategy that balances all of those needs, all of those things that we're going to use. All companies have constraints, of course, with respect to money and resources. And how do we implement all of that, right? So how do you think about professional training and analytical skills, building that strategic vision, as well as the infrastructure that we need for data analysis? With respect to step-by-step, I would recommend focusing on 2 of those 4 first. The first one would be the strategic vision. We've seen over and over again that without a top-down culture that values data, the path to leveraging data as a business strategy can be very rocky. It can be hard. Sitting down with all of those leaders, working through what the business priorities are, where do we think data can help? Where are easy win opportunities to use data to demonstrate that we can use it, we can value it, we can leverage data-driven insights from what we have available. But also which opportunities will take more time and resources in general. But if the strategic vision is not there and does not incorporate data analysis or data as a strategy, the rest of it will be much more difficult. So starting at the top for sure, and thinking about building a culture that values data. Many companies think, okay, we'll incorporate data by just hiring data scientists and data analysts, data engineers, et cetera. And we should do that. We should do that. We should hire those people with those skills and that background. But if using data as a business strategy hasn't been socialized to the rest of the company, or if there's no communication between the data shop and the rest of the employees, you're not going to get very far. To maximize the use of data, you need to have communication and collaboration between the data side of the house and the business side of the house. The data science or data analytics group can design a beautiful framework to collect and leverage data for decision making. But if they don't understand or incorporate the context of the business problem or the needs of the customer, the framework won't be very effective. And similarly, having open dialogues between the business leaders and the data scientists, data analyst teams when we're trying to target potential areas of improvement, that will help identify really where data can make a difference. So we need the business leaders to be talking to the data people when they're deciding what to prioritize. And we need the data people to be talking to the business leaders to really understand the context of the problem we're trying to solve. So both sides actually need each other. And so I would focus on professional training in the sense of the basics of data, how are data leveraged, visualizing data, interpreting it, just thinking about communicating and collaborating with data, some standard ideas. And I would require that for everyone in the business, not just hiring in new data scientists, but increasing everyone's data literacy level will be incredibly valuable and will make that training, once you then bring in the skill sets and you bring in the data infrastructure, it'll just happen so much more quickly once everybody learns how to talk about data.